Hello everyone, a few weeks ago I made a video poking fun at other YouTube fragrance reviewers because many of them made first impressions videos on Creed Viking that week based on samples they'd been sent. I was just feeling hurt and jealous that I hadn't been sent a sample, so I've made a song to process my feelings about that. Here it is.
Louis from Creed, where's my sample of Viking? I've heard it's a fougere, so it should be to my liking. Tom Ford, fucking fabulous, he needs to explain. I've not been sent a bottle and I'd like to complain. Roger Dove, you didn't show me no love. I'd like to try Elysium, so sort me out, bruv. At least Parfums Vintage have shown some common sense. They sent me a bottle of their new one, Noir Intense. I'm a long-time fanboy of Acqua di Parma. Come on guys, a few free bottles wouldn't harm ya. I tried to get a bottle of Neo free from Xerjoff. They said they don't give shit to pricks that they've never heard of. It's not like I'm asking for an illegal bribe, just a nice smelling perfume for me to describe. Oh well, never mind, I guess I'll buy them myself. So here's a list of 5 great frags for your bathroom shelf.
Okay, hello everyone. So the idea in this video is to give you 5 great fragrances, and if you just own these 5, you'd have a nice balanced selection and you'd smell great all the time for any occasion. Here we're going for mid-priced, around about designer price fragrances. Not super cheap, but if you shop around you might be able to get good deals on discounters for some of these. Number 1 then, Givenchy Gentleman Only Absolute. Came out just in 2016, recent release. Notes on this: bergamot, nutmeg, cinnamon, saffron, sandalwood and vanilla. So it's a very sweet fragrance and it's also very spicy. Sometimes it's compared to Spice Bomb by Viktor and Rolf, and to me it is similar, but it's a more grown up, slightly more mature or formal version of that one. Really nice spiciness with the nutmeg and cinnamon, very very sweet, but there is this little bit of bergamot freshness in the beginning and a really nice woodiness. Doesn't smell exactly like anything else out there, and I really enjoy it. It was one when I first smelt it I just thought, that's okay, but I was maybe a little bit thinking, oh, Givenchy hasn't released anything that thrilling lately, although I did like actually Givenchy Gentleman Only Intense, which I still do like, but this one's much more sweet and much more nighttime appropriate, and I actually really enjoy this one as a sort of semi-gourmand fragrance, and something that's sort of sweet, rich, sexy, modern, and yet a little bit grown up at the same time. So well worth checking out. If you can try this one, I recommend it. Next up then, we're going to go with, let's put that one there, Armani Eau pour Homme. So now I'm going way back in time because this one was released in 1984 first of all. This is an older formula bottle, but the new one, which has a silver top here and here, smells exactly the same to me when I've tried it in the shops. Maybe there's a couple of ingredients missing or something's been swapped in there. Perhaps longevity might be a tiny bit less, but the essential scent here is still great, the one you get in the shops today. I just happen to have an older one. Let's talk about how it actually smells then. An absolute explosion of different citrus in the opening on this one. So it's a citrus aromatic scent: mandarin, lemon, bergamot, petitgrain, and there's orange blossom as well. After that we've got jasmine and lavender. There are a lot of spices in this one, and we have coriander, cinnamon, clove, sandalwood, oak moss, vetiver and patchouli. A real melange, as Max 40 would say, of different notes here. What you get with this one is a very classic citrus aromatic, maybe eau de cologne stroke chypre type fragrance. If you like things like Dior's Eau Sauvage, if you are interested in classic fragrances but you want something a little bit, just a little bit more modern maybe than things like Chanel Pour Mature, a bit more timeless, I think this one, Armani Eau pour Homme could be for you. It's a beautiful fragrance, doesn't feel dated at all, great for young men today, for work, that kind of situation. A citrus aromatic with a bit of class, just a teeny bit of retroness in there. Reminds me of some Acqua di Parma kind of sense there, the original Colonia or Colonia Assoluta. Beautiful stuff. Nice projection and longevity, not really in your face, but very classy. And I think for any man to have that slightly old school cologne in your collection is a good move. Now for a freshie that's not really an old school cologne, more of a modern one, I'm going to go with Pineapple Vintage Intense from Parfums Vintage. So of course this one is an Aventus themed scent, and they've got numerous ones. This perhaps is the most straight down the middle, similar to Aventus scent that they do. It's obviously got pineapple in notes, and most of the other notes are the same as Aventus: blackcurrant, birchwood, jasmine, vanilla, that kind of stuff. Very, very fresh, but this one, I think the perfumier has said that he put some ISO E Super in there, beefed up the performance from the original a little bit, and it's got a really nice, smooth, soft, musky woodiness. Very, very similar to Creed's Aventus, just a touch more of a noticeable sort of photorealistic pineapple note, and it's a slight twinge of its own DNA. But if you like Aventus, but for a much lower price and arguably just as fun, just as good, Pineapple Vintage Intense could be a really good choice. I'm going to do a full review on the Noir Intense soon. Okay, so that's enough freshness for now. Let's go on to something completely different, and this one is the much hyped for a while ZARA hashtag tobacco collection, Rich Warm Addictive. Okay, I think it's getting a bit hard to find. I got it for only £12.99 for 100ml in the UK. ZARA, of course, just a mid or low priced clothes store. They do some great scents, and this one could be the best of the lot. It's really, really smooth, rich and sweet, this fragrance. It's compared often to Parfums de Marly's Herod, and indeed, having sniffed that one, there is a really remarkable similarity with that one. So the notes on this one: tobacco, coconut, sandalwood, honey and cedar. A really, really nice sweet tobacco scent with this kind of buttery feel. It's a very something kind of buttery and creamy about this one. And there is just a little bit of grown-upness, making it not just silly and sweet, because it's got the sandalwood and also the tobacco, fresh tobacco leaf smell. So if you like gourmand fragrances and something really rich and seductive for wintertime at a very low price, if you can find it, not sure how availability is now, I do really think that the hype that happened for this one was somewhat justified. If you want to slum it though, you can always go with Parfums de Marly Herod. So this would be a really rich, sweet, sexy smelling, slightly modern, niche smelling fragrance for a tiny price, or at least a reasonably low price. I think some people are trying to sell it for high prices on eBay now, so watch out. Maybe you can get it somewhere from ZARA if you shop around. Last but not least, and I really wanted to throw in something a bit different. We've got a couple of freshies here, some nice, a nice spicy one here, and another kind of really sweet one here. So of course, Oude is a big note, and I want to throw in an Oude that people can enjoy. And so I've gone for this one. It's PANAR London, and this one is called Velvet Oude. So Velvet Oude from PANAR London is a combination of rose and oud primarily that you're going to get in this one, with some other really exquisitely executed notes. Some of the other stuff in this one, cashmere wood, Indian patchouli and ambergris. So this is a very nice balanced, sweet yet masculine fragrance. The oud in this one, there is a smidgen of oud, but it's not really in your face. And of course, oud and rose is a very typical, maybe cliched combination, but I do enjoy the way they've done this one. It's £70 for 50ml in the UK, or roughly equivalent, I think, elsewhere in the world. That's quite good for a niche fragrance, although this company are still establishing themselves as a niche brand, so let's see how you feel about that one. I really enjoy it. It's got really nice performance, eau de parfum, something a little bit different, and I think if you had these 5 in your collection, you'd have a pretty balanced and enjoyable setup for almost any occasion. And we've got some freshness, some more freshness, but old school, modern Aventus style. Gentleman only absolute. I really like it. Different to anything else out there. Check that one out. Let me know what you think. ZARA, the tobacco rich, warm, addictive fragrance, has this real gourmand, thick, creamy, rich, but still grown up feel. And the Velvet Oude, a classic rose oud combination. Not too weird and out there though, very versatile. So I think that would work really nicely. So let me know what you thought of my choices for owning 5 fragrances only. I've done this video before. There are so many 5s you could pick. So this is by no means definitive or the absolute best 5, but at the moment, these are 5 that sprung to mind that I really enjoy. So let me know what you think about them. Thanks ever so much for watching, as ever. Whatever we're doing in life, let's project. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.